everyone! Today I have the Yunzii AL66 in the silver with milk switches. Yunzii kindly sent me this keyboard for review, but all opinions are still my own. This is actually my first Yunzii branded keyboard, so I'm super excited to test it out. Looks like it comes with extra keys in case you'd want to use this board with a Mac. And this is actually the quick start guide, which I didn't realize until after I recorded this video. On the back it tells you various shortcuts you might need to know to change your RGB or connect your keyboard wirelessly. This keyboard does come with the usual accessories, which is a long USB-C cable and a keycap and switch puller. It also came with 2 extra switches, which is really nice. It gives a peace of mind in case you break one accidentally. And here's the keyboard. This is a 65% layout keyboard and it's in the color silver. Okay, something about opening this type of package makes it extra fun. Please tell me that you relate. So it also comes with a dust cover, which is really nice. And here's the big reveal! I think my first impression is that it's really sleek and the silver shines in certain lights, which is really pretty. And the back doesn't have any branding on it, which is super rare. Then the sides have a light panel, which you can also change the color of by pressing FN and spacebar. The top is where you'll find your mode switches. It's a tri-mode keyboard, so you can connect via wire, Bluetooth, or USB 2.4. According to their website, you can actually connect to 4 devices at a time. This has a metal knob, which you can control RGB, brightness, and volume with it. And here it is with the RGB on. It has 14 default RGB effects and 8 backlight colors. The keycaps are double shot and die subbed, so you won't have to worry about the legends fading. This keyboard comes with Yunzii milk switches, but you can also buy this keyboard barebone and use your preferred set of switches instead. This keyboard has south-facing RGB, so keep that in mind in case you buy your own keycaps. And here is the stock sound test. Overall, the typing felt really good, but I want a slightly deeper sound profile when typing on this board. So I feel like a tape mod would make it sound better, like maybe more poppy, maybe less hollow. And I will also change the switches for a slightly deeper sound profile. I found some switches oddly tight in this board. I'm not sure if I got unlucky or some people ran into that too, but it was a little more difficult for me to remove the original switches. I did test out other switches on this board and they were fine, so I'm not sure what happened there. But if you are planning on swapping them out and this happens to you, then my advice would be to just take your time. Removing the knob was pretty simple. It came off super easily. It is made out of metal and on the side there is a little bit of texture which feels really nice when turning. So let's open this case up and I'll show you what's inside. To open it, I'm using my mini electric screwdriver that I purchased from Amazon. If you're interested in this, I do have a link down below for it in the description. Opening this case was pretty easy because it was just held together by screws. So what fell just now is a piece that covers the LEDs on the side. There isn't really a way to secure this piece onto the board, so if it does fall off, I would suggest just leave it off until the very end. Detaching the cables were pretty easy on this board. 2 of them fell off by themselves. The battery on this keyboard is 4600 milliamps, and they do say that with one charge you get about 90 hours of typing. At the bottom of the case it does come with a really dense dampening foam, and a second one as well, but this one is less dense. I found the foam in this keyboard enough for me, and with the help of the tape mod later it does sound a little better. This keyboard is gasket mounted, which does help with the sound and feel when you're typing. The gaskets are made out of silicone, and they do fall off pretty easily when the keyboard is open, so try not to lose one. For this keyboard I will be removing the screws and I will not be putting them back. I do this mod for a lot of my keyboards because when you're typing it does sound and feel a lot better. It should help with dampening and it does even out the sound a little more as well. If you are taking apart this keyboard, there is a washer and nut by the knob, which you do have to take off before the components come apart. The PCB has flex cuts, and it does support 3 or 5 pin switches. And it comes with a switch pad, which again helps with sound, and a PCB plate foam, which does help with sound as well. To be honest though, these are all pretty standard nowadays, so I am glad to see it in this keyboard as well. Then it has a PC plate which has flex cuts as well. I will not be modding any of the components here, so if you are following this video for my mods, then you don't need to fully take apart the pieces here. Just removing the screws is enough. I am overall pretty impressed with the stabilizers in this keyboard. So I feel like no mods are needed there, but I do want to lube the backspace because that one key sounded a little bit dry, but nothing major. Since it's nothing major, I'm just gonna use a syringe to squeeze some in, and that's it. So for this keyboard, I will be changing the switches. These are the Gateron Everfree Grayish switches. Info will be on the screen if you're interested. Since the screws were not put back into the board, I will be using switches to keep the board together before I reassemble everything. You can do the whole board or you can just do the edges like me. I just find it kind of fun to put the switches in after. So for this keyboard, I will be doing a 2-layer tape mod. I'll be using painter's tape, which is my favorite kind of tape for this kind of mod. I find this tape easy to remove if you don't want it anymore, or if you need to redo any parts. So this is how it looks after 2 layers of tape. Make sure to not cover the sides where the LEDs are, because the lights still need to shine through. Rebuilding this keyboard is pretty easy. I think the only tough part was trying to keep that light strip in place the whole time. But when I say tough, I mean like it was like a 2 out of 10. So pretty easy overall. Before screwing the case shut, I recommend testing that the LEDs work. That way you're not screwing and unscrewing for no reason. So overall, I really like this keyboard. The quality is excellent. The aluminum is sleek and it looks really nice. Out of the box, it had a really good typing sound already. But I'm not gonna lie, with the mods, it sounds and feels even better. If you're interested in this keyboard, there is an Amazon link down below. Thanks for watching this video, and the final sound test is coming right up.